Joining me right now is Roque Martinez. He's the deep Megaton Champion, but you can catch him on August 12th at RIZIN 12 versus Kiyoshi Kuwabara, a.k.a. the Samurai Mark Hunt. What's going on, Roque?
No, not much, man. Just relaxing right now.
When you first heard the name, the Samurai Mark Hunt, were you like, huh? Who is that guy?
Yeah, that kind of threw me off. I had never heard of him prior to that, so yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit.
Did you know him? Like when you heard his real name, have you heard of him? Have you seen him fight?
No, actually, I haven't. I haven't heard anything about him. It's weird because I'm pretty up to date with like the heavyweights in the region, you know. But as far as him, I don't think I've ever heard of him prior to them asking me about fighting him.
Before we get deeper into the fight, I wanted to ask you, how hyped are you for the next season of the NFL? Because, you know, we have a common team
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we support. So how,
yep,
you
yep.
know, how are you feeling about the Seahawks?
Man, I know it's gonna be different this year, but as always, man, I'm just always excited for football season in general. That's by far my favorite sport, you know, when it comes to watching and even, you know, back in the day playing it too. So man, I'm excited, definitely excited. So hopefully
I
we
think,
do pretty good though, you know. I mean, the defense is still gonna be solid, and then of course with Russell Wilson, I mean, and that guy can make anything happen. So yeah, I don't think they can count us out right now, you know. So should be good though. Excited.
of course, man, because you've had many years of being so terrible, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
back in the day, right?
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So these years are wonderful, man.
Mhm.
Um, Now, recently I saw a picture of you holding mitts for the legend BJ Penn. What
Oh
is the
yeah.
story? What's the story behind that photo, man?
Yeah, you know, I was just at the gym. I dropped by, check it out, and he wanted to hit some mitts, so you know, I was just out for him for a while, and you know, I think he was just kind of trying to get back into training and stuff. So that was a pretty good experience, you know, just to work hands with him and stuff like that.
Were you
Yeah.
surprised by his skills?
Well, no, I've seen him. You know, he's always had good boxing, so it didn't throw me off. But you know, we're just kind of working different stuff, and you know, I think I am kind of impressed by his. I could tell when a guy has heavy hands because I hold mitts a lot for a lot of people, and you know, I could feel that he has heavy hands, so probably a little bit more than I was expecting. But that's cool.
Earlier this month, you were chosen for the Dow Rent to Own Athlete of the Week. How big
Yeah,
of
yeah.
an honor was that on the island of Guam?
Man, it's pretty good. You know, the thing I like about it is we get like a check, like $100, and we get to donate it to, you know, a charity, a nonprofit organization, and that's actually, man, I want to say that was probably like my fifth or sixth one I've had with them since I've been fighting, and I believe I might have got one too for other sports. So, you know, it's cool though. I like that I can get to choose to give back to another nonprofit. So it's a good thing they do out here.
For sure, man. Anytime you can give to a charity
Yeah,
is
yeah,
wonderful.
definitely.
Um, let's go back to your RIZIN debut. We talked about it in the last interview we had. You tapped out Jerome LeBanner. That was like 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Why so much time away from the cage?
Man, you know, it's just I've been waiting. I had a few fights fall through, or you know, kind of buzzed my ear, but nothing ever came to fruition. Um, I think with RIZIN, actually, to be honest, I think they're a little disappointed that I didn't trade with LeBanner. I took him down and kind
Mm,
of made it go fast, you know. But I could understand why they're like that. You know, Japanese fight fans, they love styles. You know, whether you win or lose, they like that exciting style. And I kind of felt like when I took a step back and I looked at him, I'm like, oh man, yeah, you know what? I just took him down and submitted him maybe a little too fast. I didn't get to put on a good enough show. Um, Maybe it didn't build me up as I thought it would. But now that I kind of understand what they're looking for, and the fact that, man, you know, when I look back, I used to put on pretty good fights. So, you know, I'm ready to put on a good show and let my hands go on this fight. And hopefully they'll want me back right again. And, you know, so we'll see. We'll see how this one goes.
In that 10-month time, the Tough 28 tryouts, which is the last season of the Ultimate Fighter, they had the heavyweights. I was kind of surprised that you didn't go out there and try out for the show.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I came close to deciding to go, but for me, like at my age right now and what I do for work and all that, I was thinking, man, that isolation for so long, I was like, like it's a good opportunity, definitely, no doubt. But just the way my lifestyle is now, and just couldn't imagine being away from my family and not being able to talk to them. And I feel like I can expose myself a little bit better, and that's why I'm glad this opportunity came up. And I'm definitely excited to just put on, like, if I can, the fight of my life and open more doors, whether it's RIZIN having me fight more, or we'll see, whatever comes up after this. But it's all on me. 100%, I have to put on a good show.
Well, I believe that you did put on a good show in your last fight, because a lot of people are very impressed by the submission that you put on them. I mean, it's not like you put a normal arm bar or like a Kimura or something. It was a unusual submission. So, but yeah, Japanese mixed martial arts is a little bit different than the rest of the world.
And I understand that, I used to watch Pride before. I seen some guys with crappy records, but man, they just go in there and when the crowd wants you back, of course, it gives you more opportunity to fight. So I understand. I definitely understand how it works out there.
Speaking of your next opportunity, Kiyoshi, the samurai Mark Hunt, what are your thoughts on him?
Man, he's to me, he's kind of one of those journeyman type fighters. He obviously has a lot of fights, over 20. And I did see that all 11 of his wins are by KO or TKO. I was out at his last fight because we had a guy who was fighting out there. I'd say he has heavy hands. He's down to trade. I like that he's tough and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think it'll make an exciting fight. And, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that he has won every fight by KO or TKO. He's known to come out, go for the kill in every fight. That could work for him, and a lot of times it has worked against him. What is the approach to preparing for a guy that is so wild?
Man, for me, I didn't change anything up too much. I'm training harder. I've been working my hands a lot, because I think I really want to keep this fight standing, and put up a stand-up show. So we're just working harder and working to get that KO.
You usually train all year round. What changes do you make once a fight is confirmed?
Yeah, like you said, I train year round, whether I have a fight or not. I could take a fight. To me, honestly, I could take a fight on short minute, last minute, whatever. But when I found out about this fight, I just, of course, picked up the intensity, I train more often and harder, more intensity, like I said. And other than that, it's just hard training, man. That's it, really.
Have you, added anybody to your team during the last 10 months that has helped you and elevated your skill level?
No, not so much. I pretty much have all the same training partners. For me, lately, my big thing is my strength and conditioning training, and I just kind of want to be a guy who's constantly going after somebody, and I have confidence in my training partners out here. Sometimes I get some big guys, sometimes I lack in big guys, but that's enough. I mean, I'm confident in it right now, to get the job done.
Do you feel that Kiyoshi is a tougher opponent than Jerome LeBanner?
I'd say he's probably more well-rounded. I wouldn't say better, but that's the thing, is I won't know really until I step in there. And of course, you know how they say styles make matchups, right? So maybe you can get in there and you can tag me and hurt me, or, and everything changes. So it's hard to say right now. it'd be probably better to answer after the fight when, we see. But yeah, he's a dangerous guy though, that's for sure.
No doubt. You haven't lost since 2011. Does that sit in the back of your mind leading up to every fight?
Yeah, man. I don't want to lose again, man. Really, everyone says you win or you learn, right? But I just feel like at my age, at this point in my career, I can't afford to lose. Really, like I should have already learned from all my losses before. So, I don't ever want to lose again. So that's why I think I just keep pushing like so hard, and be prepared for whatever.
You go out there, you work your hands, you perform well, exciting fight, you win. Who do you want to fight? There's so many names out there, I know you're not a guy that likes to call people out or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure there's guys sitting in your mind like, I need to fight these guys before they're gone, right? So can you name some of those guys?
Ideally, like it's possible that I might have a title defense in deep right after this in October. In my mind, if it played out perfectly, I'd win this fight, put on a good show, win that fight, put on a good show. And, I don't know if it's still the plan for RIZIN, but Cro Cop's retirement fight on New Year's Eve. For me, that would be my ideal opponent. And it's not to say, I want to beat his ass or anything like that. It'd be an honor to fight Cro Cop, I've always liked the guy too. So that'd be my ideal opponent on New Year's Eve, the biggest card for the year for RIZIN.
You just mentioned the deep championship belt. You might defend it in October. Have they talked to you about any potential opponents for that?
Yeah, on the same night that my opponent Kiyoshi fought, there was another heavyweight fight, and it actually was between the former deep title holder and I forgot the guy he fought, but he got the guy who won that fight could be the potential opponent. So we'll see. Hopefully, granted, I don't get injured on this fight. I want to jump right back in there in October. Be good timing.
3 more fights this year. That's not a bad plan.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, as long as I'm not injured, I'll just keep fighting. So I'm still taking care of my body though, but I want to just keep fighting, man. My window is not too big, so, and I'm aware of that, and I just want to fight as much as I can.
It seems like you really rarely get any major injuries. Is there any secret to that?
Oh man, I guess you could say I've been lucky lately, because earlier on in my career I was hampered by some pretty big injuries. So I think I've been lucky lately, and I just want to say luck, because the last bad injury I had was kind of a bad luck thing, So hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, your bad luck turned into a longer streak of good luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with RIZIN, do you think the rest of your career is most likely going to be with that promotion, or do you see yourself trying to get to the UFC? Everybody always asks this. I probably asked you this before.
Yeah. I can't say right now, honestly. I thought UFC might have been interested before, but I don't know if they're not interested in me. I definitely, if they were interested and they had an offer, I'd definitely be open to see what they offer and stuff like that. But I'm not in too much of a rush or anything to try and get to UFC. I like what RIZIN does right now. They're pretty good. They take care of me. But I can't say exactly. I guess we'll see, right? Like I said, it really all comes down to this next fight, and what happens from there can determine a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, the UFC is in a weird state. I'm pretty sure you've been watching it, and the stuff that's going down with that. I want to kind of get your opinion before I let you go about the whole Brock Lesnar situation.
Yeah, I understand it's a business. They got to make the money, but you got the guy who failed his last, he got his last fight on no contest, or was it DQ or just a no contest? Either one, for testing positive, and man, he gets a title shot right off the bat. Like, hasn't even fought in a couple years already, and it's turning into one of those circus type things. But at the same time, right, it's a business, and that's what they got to do. They got to sell the pay-per-views. So, but when you want to see the best fighters fight, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think Brock's gonna get killed, but I think a lot of the other heavyweights will kill him. But it is what it is, I guess. Can't hate, right? They're making the big bucks.
Exactly. If you were in that position,
yeah.
If you're in that position, it's always a different story, right?
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely.
All right, man. August 12th, RIZIN 12. This is people say it's the biggest fight of your career, but it seems like you take it really as the biggest fight of your career. Like it's even though it's not for a belt or anything, you kind of it seems like you're looking at this as something that will, steer your career into a certain direction.
Yeah, it's just like, I thought with the way my career has been going lately, I haven't lost in 9 or 8 fights or whatever, but I thought I'd have more hype behind me, but I guess not. So I guess I got to bring out now. I feel like I have a chip on my shoulder now. Like they want, I used to put on good fights before now. So now I'm going to bring the dog back out and let these hands go and try and take someone's head off. That's what I got to do to put myself up there. Then that's what I got to do. And I've just been training hard to do it. So I'm ready to do it, man. I'm so excited. So.
All right, Roque, thanks, man, for your time. And I believe you, man. I see that something switched and you're going to try to put on a show, because if you go, the place to put on a show is in RIZIN.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So I'm going to try my best to do.
All right, man. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you for having me.